Uh, miss my dad. Miss my dad a great deal. Worked on a lot of things with him. Uh, Digital TV 2009. That was a wake up call. Anyway, I'm not gonna talk about that right now. Um, what we're talking about now is my introduction to computers. First computer system I ever recall uh, interacting with was it's a computer. I think it was an IBM that my dad brought home from work. Small one, and programming in BASIC. I had a manual to build video games in BASIC, and you'd create different video games using the manual, which was pretty fun. It was kind of cool. I think I had a Commodore. My dad and I were close before uh, the um, the abuse happened, and not with my father, but from in my family. Just external people came into my life. I'm a survivor of clergy abuse. Um, I think from about the abuse started. My gosh, and earliest recall, I've been like, God, kindergarten was hard. First grade was around somewhere like that. I had was getting abused by the nuns. It was weird. They would take me to like men's houses and leave me there with them, and my caregiver was involved in it. My mom was really sick with cancer, and my dad was trying to support a very large family and a lot of people. So I kind of rebelled against the as a gamer, the game systems and these things, but all the physical, sexual, and emotional trauma of my childhood took a toll on me. I was given a settlement, so I came forward with it. I had a lot of memories in Montana when I was studying a lot of like basically studying archaeology and computer science there, sociology interests. But then I started having remembering my childhood, and I was in Bozeman, and caused a manic or schizophrenic episode to happen, and it was terrifying. There's a lot of other factors that I haven't really talked about. I don't feel comfortable disclosing here. I think why I was drugged at a party in Montana, and somebody sexually assaulted me, and I think that brought back the memories of my childhood and the things that had occurred and the fear and everything. And then what happens next? I was up in Alaska for a while, fishing on fishing boats. I went to Montana. Computers and stuff. I guess since it's a professional platform, they talk about computers and systems. The I worked a lot in. I don't think I really considered myself a hacker at all. I never really thought of anything I was doing as like illegally hacking things. I was like tinkering with technology, mainly exposing like vulnerabilities in a sometimes comic way that had hoped would have been addressed and not exploited. But they usually just got exploited. Um, the dark persuasion, yeah, they had a lot of intimidation on me. That's what they would do, just intimidate me, persuade me to think false narratives were true. I think some of the most exciting things that I enjoyed about computers and programming were people. Being around people. I don't really go around people that much anymore. I just have a fear and of pretty much everyone anymore. Um, I am usually always feeling like I'm in some type of threat assessment of every situation. I can never relax. Um, but sometimes I do relax. I spend time coping with these things, but I'm trying to work again on bringing to life some of the old systems that I wrote. It's pretty triggering. The thing that happened with Iron Man, that's why I brought up digital TV in 2009. Iron Man was a domain finder. It was interesting. It was from the PHP spiders and bots and stuff. I worked a lot using that understanding from that book and programming. And what it would do, you'd feed the algorithm files and then create search for domains that are available in these different combinations. But the interesting thing about domains value is stuff like 1AA.com is actually worth some money, and EEE.com is worth money, and A2.com is worth money. So I had bots just constantly doing that, and you could feed it in any piece of textual library, any type of library, in text library, like English language or random characters, or even, I guess now I'm thinking about it, you could give it like PHP insertion tactics. And it was funny. I remember somebody saying like you can use this for like a lot of things, and I just never imagined people doing that. I've never hacked into a person's account, phone, computer, or network, so I'm not a hacker. I think about other things, and I'm always like trying to show where things just aren't fair. I think there's a sadness in me about what the internet is and how these how it came into being, what it could be, and pretty triggered by some piece of code that idea, the Trump.com thing. That's just horrible what they did to me. I was working on this directory website. Iron Man had already been released. I actually hadn't run it in years, and I fed it the dictionary, and Trumped came back as a available domain name to buy. Before that, I was working at the house on converting a spider that converted text to audio and to audiobooks. You know what I mean? Any textual data, turn it into an audio file, crawl the web and stuff. But I was getting, there's some adversary type of redirects and different things occurring. But I had it was by the base that happened. I was working on that, and the brainwave system, the BCI work I was doing. But Iron Man was an interesting thing. Uh, Strange, even at companies, I'd work on a system prototype or a piece of code, and they'd have me always make it a MIT license, which I went to Parsons, or they had all my stuff was just being turned into open source. People, because I never really commented or wrote any comment or copyright information in any of my files, so people just append that to the code and claim it for their own work, or license it to other people and stuff. So very naive, easily taken advantage of because of my autism and my schizophrenia, and my PTSD. But that's something.